Red Beard Podcast is brought to you by these cool dudes.
What's up? Welcome to the Red Beard Podcast. This is Cooley.
Hola, this is Tony.
Hola, mi amo Tony.
Telemundo. So, what was that?
What's going on, kid?
Yo, what up? So,
Yo.
hey, dude, it's Friday, man. Killing
Yeah,
it.
man.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. What do you got? What are your plans? What are your plans for today? What are your plans?
My plans for today
Yeah.
are to basically just chill the fuck out, man. I'm going to watch a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm going to watch. I'm probably going to finish watching Outcast.
Yep.
Because I'm like almost done with it. I think I have 3 episodes left, and I'm loving that shit. But I don't know. There's just been so much other shit that's been distracting me, like Stranger Things.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yep.
The Get Down.
The Strain.
The Strain came out. Did you watch it?
Yes.
So
Sick.
dope.
Dude, this season has to kill it, man. I honestly feel like this is going to be a good season because this is the 3rd season where they finally have the Lumen. They're going to take down. They're going to take some people down, but I just feel like there has to be more interaction with the Master this season.
What was your favorite scene?
I think my favorite scene was when it was when that guy with the bone sword went in and talked to like the elders.
Okay.
I really like that because he kind of was like, I don't give a shit what you guys want. He's like, you know that I'm your only ally in this, so let's make it happen. Like, he just walked out. He was kind of a G.
Yeah.
I also like the fact, the other scene that I liked too was when they went into that castle that they got lured into.
Oh,
and
the
that
church?
dude got like cut in half.
Yeah.
That was pretty sick. I don't know, man. I'm really excited to just see more. I just want to see more interaction with the Master. That's all I want. You know, because I feel like there's not enough of that. I feel like in the past 2 seasons they get very close, and there's like a couple quick like face-offs with them. But I want to see some fight scenes with them.
Dude, for me, it was like hands down. It was the scene between Fett and Mr. Quinlan. That's the dude with the bone sword. Mr. Quinlan and Fett meet in the sanctuary or office that Satrakian is like trying to decipher the Lumen.
And he says like, I don't like you.
Yeah, that scene was so dope because that Quinlan could wreck Fett.
Yeah, if he
Like
wanted
this,
to. Oh yeah,
dude. There's nothing that I don't think Fett could take him.
No, he can't.
But Fett has that fucking swagger and attitude. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. Like, what are you gonna do to me? You know what I mean? I'm Russian.
Yeah, and Zatraki was like, enough. It's time for my soup. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like he just doesn't want him to like go too far and get his ass kicked.
But I felt like I almost felt like, and he probably did it to to kind of like play on Fett's ego. But it almost felt like he was like telling Fett to simmer down, like enough, like because like he was protecting the Mr. Quinlan.
I don't know if he was protecting him. I think that he didn't. I think that he was telling him to chill out because he didn't want a fight to happen because he would have got killed.
Yeah.
I agree with Fett though. Like, what is to say that this dude isn't going to just like switch sides at the very end?
Yeah.
Like they're giving him. I think they're lending him a little bit too much trust.
Yeah. The best thing that he said was like, so if we kill the Master, you die.
Yeah.
So why do we trust you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was. I really want to know like what this guy's other motives are. He's got to have something else besides just trying to help.
He's got a story, and so I don't know if I told you this, but there's a series of 3 books that this is based on.
Yeah, they're based on books. Yeah, I know.
And I read all 3 of them in like record time because I'm not a book reader. Like, there's this. All right, for the audience out there that's listening, right? Don't take that the wrong way. I read, bro.
Bro.
I read. You know what I mean? I'm a reader. I'm literate. I love reading. But I'm not really a novel reader. Like, I don't sit down and be like, oh, I'm going to curl up with a good book tonight. You know what I mean? Like, that's not me. I'm, like, too busy. I'm doing other shit. You know what I mean? So I this is a book series that I picked up the first issue, and I had it in iBooks, and I was working at United Health, and when I was working there, there were days where it was just fucking dead. You know what I mean? It's a call center. You're sitting there. You're just waiting for calls to come in. So while I'm waiting for calls, I'm reading the book, right? Mm-hmm. And I started reading this book, and it was amazing. And I just read it. I was like fucking cover to cover in a day for the first book. Then the second book was like another day. So like we're talking 3 days that it took me to read 3 books. And then I asked for the books for Christmas, like just to have like the hardcover copies, like so I could put them on my bookshelf and be like, these are the books that I read and I love them, right? Mm-hmm. And every book that I read gets a special place on my bookshelf because that shit is special. If I read that book cover to cover, that book is good. It's gotta be right because I'm not the guy that will like read a book just to read a book, and that's what I'm getting at. But anyway, I digress. This character Quinlan has some motives behind him that when you see what he's all about, dude, you're gonna be like, I get it, and this is why he's a true ally. To the humans, right? And you're gonna understand it because he's got a story that's very unique, in the whole thing. Like his relationship to the master and the ancients and to his vampire half, because he's actually half human. All that stuff comes into play, and you get to see like what the deal is, and you'll get it and you'll love it, man. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. I feel like it's probably something happened to him where it was he got turned when he didn't necessarily want to. It was this life was forced upon him. I don't know. Maybe he has some grudge about how his family was taken away. Like I feel like that's probably some sort of backstory. I could be way off, but that's kind of what my gut tells me.
Dude, it's gonna blow your mind.
No, good. I hope it does
because and that's why I'm saying I'm not going to say anything.
No,
it's just
don't, man.
Super fucking original. It's like there's so many things in this world and stories and stuff like that are unoriginal. And sure, the basis for his origin and all that stuff is, I can't really say it's original because every story's been told already. Mm-hmm. But the way that this is incorporated into a vampire story, the way that all of this vampire story is unfolding, and like how vampirism is approached. This whole thing is super original, man, and that's why it's so captivating. And Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan, the two people that are behind the whole series, dude, hats off to these guys. They're amazing.
Yeah, great writers. This premiere did really well too. A lot of people were psyched that the strain was coming back. I'm hoping that this is the last season, although I feel like there's probably going to be one more.
Yeah, I think. So I know going into it, the plan was to have 3 seasons because there were 3 books.
Right.
And each season was supposed to cover an arc. The way Guillermo del Toro wrote the show and the way that he wanted the show to go is he wanted it to be different from the books. So when people are watching the show, they're not re-experiencing what they've already read. And they can actually get into it and have some surprises and have some things happen. Also, on the flip side, it's like he can explore other avenues with characters that he had in his head while he was writing the book, but so it's basically like a choose your own adventure kind of thing for him, because he went in one direction and like he wants to see what it would be like if he went in a different direction with certain characters. And when that happens, it gives us a bit of a surprise too. So I don't know everything. But I know, like, because he's staying true to, like, the core of each character, I know relationships, I know origins, I know who these characters are and what their foundation is. Where they're going, I have no idea. Mm-hmm. And how everything's going to end up, I don't know. But I know the characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dude, if they stay with the original plan, then this will be the final season, because they did plan on it being 3. But with his direction and choosing different paths for these characters, he may need another season.
Right. I think if anything, he's probably gonna need another season. I don't see it ending this season, but
Because this mayor that's in there, the one that's like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
the blonde.
yeah, she is not a character from the book.
So that adds a whole other thing to it.
It's a whole nother dimension, man. So it's like there's more stuff going on. There wasn't a bioweapon that he created to fight the vampires. Like he didn't have that.
Yeah, and he's killing it too.
Yeah,
I really like his character arc.
Yeah, Corey Stoll is a dope actor, man. Like I like that dude a lot.
And I really wish he would just murder his wife.
You watch? Oh, the vampire wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, dude, end it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not her. Like, I get it. I mean, I
understand how hard it is, though, you know?
Yeah, I know, but, dude.
Like, imagine if it was your wife.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, dude, but that's not the same person.
Yeah.
There's a shade of her there, but it's dead.
But that scene where he's just like, how much of you is in there? And she's just like, enough, you know?
Yeah, but, I mean, I think there's part of him that feels like if he can create something that can kill what's in her but save her, that's why he hasn't done it yet.
Right.
But the fact that she took his son or their son is a little fucked up, and using that as a weapon,
right,
or as like a bargaining chip. But I don't think she would ever do anything, and I think that she knows that. But
that she would never do anything to the son.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she would.
And see, I don't.
I think she's dying to sink her teeth into him.
See, I don't. I actually think that there's a part of her that won't.
No, I think there's a part of her that doesn't want to, because there's a part of her like buried deep inside. But I think so this vampirism, this thing that controls them, it makes you go after your loved ones, and they have this uncontrollable bloodlust to feed on them and turn them and make them part of the collective. So they're going after. That's who they target, because it's what they remember the most, and it's like they want to belong to that family again, and they want them to be part of it. So it's in her mind, it's almost like a blessing to turn her son, but the master is controlling her to not turn her son, because having her son safe and sound is the only thing that she can use to bargain with
to get the lumen back. Yeah,
right.
So I don't know, man. It's one of these things where I'm definitely gonna have to watch the show to figure out where it goes, because I haven't read the books. I don't know shit. So I like, in this particular series, not knowing what happens, because it's interesting. I mean, as far as another thing that's premiered or that's been recently talked about that I want to get into is the music behind Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, like, insane. I didn't even know that. Well, I knew, but, like, I kind of needed a reminder that Old Dirty Bastard actually did the music. It was his music for the original trailer.
Yeah.
You know, which is cool, man, because it's like you listen to that and it really does kind of have, like, that hip-hop, like, feeling, that hip-hop vibe behind Luke Cage, which kind of sets the scene for what kind of a guy he is, and what kind of a city he lives in, being Harlem. So I thought it kind of really sets the scene with just the music.
Fantastic.
It was great, man. And I just feel like you don't think about how much the music has an effect on the trailers. Like, every trailer has a specific song for a specific reason. And I think this first trailer, right away, like, if you take the music out of that and you just watch it, it's nothing. But when you add the music into it, it makes it so much different. It makes it so much more powerful. Right. And you're the one who were kind of talking about that today, about how each episode, there's 13 episodes in Luke Cage, and each episode they treated like an album, because of the music and what they put into it. So
yeah, and it's the driving force behind what we're seeing.
Exactly.
Which, oh man, it's just so awesome. Like, the thing that blew my mind, and I had no idea until I saw this video, and like the one on YouTube, dude, Ali Shaheed Muhammad, is one of the music supervisors for the show. The other dude, I don't know who he is. I'm sorry. I probably should, but I don't. Right. Whatever. I will know who he is. I'm not saying that he doesn't matter, but I'm saying Ali Shaheed Muhammad. Tribe Called Quest is a classic.
Oh, well, you
group.
Talked about that before. Yeah.
Him, like, he is the producer behind A Tribe Called Quest. He's the guy that did the music for A Tribe Called Quest. He's a genius, in my opinion. Like, when you think musical genius, like, sure, I don't know if he plays instruments. I know that he knows music, though, and he knows what sounds good, and he knows how to put things together. And I know that if he's behind this, he's going to put together the best friggin' soundtrack that you can imagine. And it sounds like, when you're listening to that video and to the interview and to the way that they're talking about it, they're going to not only have selected music from the history of hip hop, but it sounds like they're going to have new music that's inspired by, like, Wu-Tang Clan, Tribe Called Quest, Busta
Method
Rhymes,
Man.
Method Man, the whole nine. And it's, to me, like, if he's behind it, then of course, if it's inspired by A Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang, whatever, it's going to be true to A Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang Clan, or whatever. It's not just going to be somebody who's just like, oh, I like them, I'm going to make a song that sounds kind of like them. But no, he's going to make sure that it sounds like that, because I'm sure that I've heard things in the new trailers that may have even been new songs.
Well, the cool thing about that video is that they show them in the studio watching the footage and figuring out how to match the beats with it, which I thought was really cool. Like, when he comes in and, like, kicks that guy across the room, they wanted, like, a bass behind that. They wanted, like, like a drum to come in and be like, boom, like, or like you hit like a beat on those hits, like where he's actually like punching somebody.
Right.
They wanted beats for that. So it's not just putting a song behind the action, it's matching the song with the action. And I thought that was really cool to know that they were actually taking the time to do that, because that's not easy. I mean, creating a song and putting it behind, a film, I mean, that's hard in itself, not to mention matching the footage with beats, like to create the song around that.
Right.
That I think that is even more challenging, which is why they had to treat every episode like it was an album, because the amount of work you put into an album is going to equal the amount of work you put into one or song or two for an episode, where you have to match things. You can't just create a song and go. It's going to have to match it exactly.
Now,
so
I don't know,
cool,
because I didn't look it up, and I've been meaning to look it up all day since I've seen this video, because I saw this video this morning just before I was ready to go to work. Went to work, spent all day doing my thing, working, making money, right?
Yep.
And then left and came here. So I haven't had a chance to look this up, but I'm hoping that I'm right. But I'm fairly certain that I saw a scene in this show where, there's a person that's on stage and she's singing, and she's, it's like a lounge singer. And I think it was Faith Evans, bro.
I'd have to check. I haven't seen that.
Which, to me, is super interesting, because a lot of times when you watch, like, TV shows, when you watch movies, whatever, you always see, like, maybe a lounge singer or a, somebody doing a performance or whatever, but it's never anybody of importance. It's always just a person in the background, maybe an extra that they found somewhere that maybe could sing, or maybe they felt like they could lip sync or whatever, and, they throw them on stage and, they look good.
Mm-hmm.
But you never see them grab, an actual artist and put them on the stage, and you recognize them and you go, oh shit, that's Faith Evans. And I think that's exactly what happened today when I saw it in that video. I was like, wait a minute. And I rewound it and I was like, yo, that looks just like fucking Faith Evans. And then I was just like, I got to go to work. So I didn't get a chance to really verify. So, to me, that's dope. Like, if they do that and they have like maybe like little cameos and guest appearances by some of the people that are actually, creating the music for the show.
Yep.
That's groundbreaking to me.
No, I mean, I agree. I think, like I said, that video pretty much like really just shows you like how much time they put into it. So I can't even imagine how awesome this soundtrack's going to be. I hope it's one of those soundtracks that they just released. I'm sure that they will, because if they're putting that much time into it, it's going to be like a soundtrack you could get on Apple Music or buy or whatever. Just like Stranger Things, man. Like Stranger Things, the music was so big that I have that in my library.
Yeah.
As like it's background music. It really is. It's like so 80s, dude. I love it. I don't know, man. I I do want to jump on another topic too, because this is something that you had kind of. Well, all right. You had kind of hinted at it and talked about where the whole like DC universe could go, but it was officially announced on Monday that it's going in a certain direction, and the new villain is going to be Deathstroke
for the Batman film.
For the Batman film,
right?
Which I think that's pretty cool. And I saw the test footage, and I think it looks awesome. Did they release who was actually like playing Deathstroke in that test footage?
No.
And I wish that they would,
because I don't think there was anybody. I don't think there was anybody playing him in that test footage. I think that test footage was CGI.
CGI. It looked, dude, like there is one scene though, like not one scene. That scene where they zoom in and you see the dude's eye. Mm-hmm. It looks like there's somebody in there, but I don't know. I mean, it didn't look completely CGI.
You have an Xbox.
Yeah.
That
right.
shit, I mean, I look at shit all the time that looks like I saw a real dude's eye. You know what I mean? CGI is fucking crazy nowadays, man.
It is, but who knows? I mean, it was cool. I mean, I don't really know a lot about Deathstroke.
Yeah, I watched fucking Kristen Stewart the other night, like play with a fucking like fucking white elk with fucking butterfly wings and shit, like.
What did you watch that Huntsman?
Yeah, it was like on TBS or some shit. It was like the volume was off. I had no idea what I was watching. I thought I fucking accidentally took like a hit of acid or something. But so what the fuck is this on TV? But
I saw that movie. It's pretty good actually.
But I was like, and the shit looked real. I was like, wow, that's
Thor.
That's good. Yeah, and Thor's like fucking playing with fucking
the Huntsman,
a jackalope and shit.
Yeah. I will say though, Deathstroke, one of the coolest characters. I think he's definitely gonna fuck some shit up.
Your boy is like fucking. He beat Batman to a bloody fucking pulp.
Yeah.
In one of his first appearances, and I mean, like he's the perfect Batman villain because he's the anti-Batman.
So do you think he actually is going to take down Batman in this movie?
Yeah. I mean, there's another dude named Prometheus who's like technically the anti-Batman. Like they literally molded him to be the anti-Batman because they wanted somebody to be that. But Deathstroke is one of those characters that naturally is kind of the anti-Batman because he's a billionaire. He's, and it wasn't created like that on purpose, but he's the ultimate assassin. He's trained like extensively like Batman, mm-hmm. and he's got a code of honor, right? So, but he's not against killing, right? So he's basically Batman with none of the filters, right? So he'll find people. Like he's he's not the best detective mind on the planet like Batman, but he's damn good. Mm-hmm. So he can track people down. He can figure out where they are and shit like that. But then he's also got this uncanny ability to predict your next move before you make it. Okay. And then counter it. So like you can't get a hit on him. Right? And that's how he beats his opponents. Like, and that's how he's the ultimate assassin, because you can't get the drop on him. Because he knows automatically what you're going to do.
I think I could take him down, though.
Sure.
I do. I'm smart.
Are you sure? I'm sure you're super smart.
I like how you set all that up, and I was like, I could take him down.
Yeah.
I'm an ultimate assassin. I'm a secret billionaire. I just don't talk about it. Like I think I'm a good detective. Like I know how to find stuff. Like I know, like
I lost my keys the other day. Found those.
Found them, dude. But
yeah.
I also
didn't even use a tile.
No, I use tile, which means that I have that shit set up. It's like a detective move, right? I have, dude. Wait,
you got trackers,
dude. I have trackers everywhere, dude. I have trackers that you don't even know I have. They're just set up fucking everywhere, dude. Like when you go to work, dude, tracking it, dude. When you came here and you were like on your way, I already fucking knew, bro. I knew. Probably because I knew what time you get out of work.
Yeah.
But I fucking knew, bro.
Word.
I was like, he's probably on his way. And then I got a text and I was like, knew it. Nailed it.
Oh,
so,
shit.
No, dude. Anyway,
but yeah, I can't wait to see that, man, and I can't wait to see who they cast as Deathstroke. I can't wait to see the two of them on screen together fighting. I think the one shining spot of all this DCU stuff, besides Harley Quinn and honestly, I love Diablo, man. I love the Diablo character, and I'm kind of pissed that he died in that movie because they killed the one fucking cool character besides Harley Quinn. And I not to say Will Smith wasn't great, because I thought he was great because they finally let him be Will Smith again.
Yeah,
Yeah. Y'all cats are crazy.
Jay Farrell always do. He's like, yeah, this is Will Smith. He's like, oh. Making all those stupid noises.
Yo, Jay Farrell's dope, man.
No, he is, man.
I watched the VMAs and I saw him doing Jay-Z in the line for the bathroom.
That was so
shit was
funny.
Great.
He's like, what else? It's your boy. Oh my God! All right,
and that dude in front of him just kept looking back like, what?
That dude was trying to keep it. They must have told him just ignore him, you stand in line. But he literally was trying not to laugh because he kept messing with him.
Yeah.
Speaking of the VMAs,
Jay Farrell's gonna be at Oddball.
Yeah, I know he is. Yeah. We'll get back to that in a second. So, I want to talk about
did Oddball become a thing
VMAs?
Yet?
Possibly. So, all right, so I want to talk about the VMAs.
Dude, if you want to talk about the VMAs, I want to talk about the VMAs. So guess what? We got to talk about the VMAs, son.
All right, relax. So we're going to talk about the VMAs. Anyway, I'm just going to talk about it, man, because it's annoying to me. So, and we kind of got into a little bit of debate about this, and this is where I become very passionate. My energy is going to pick up a little bit here. So, Kanye West, dude,
bro,
giving him, literally, that's all.
Bro,
let me tell you, bro. But he literally gets up on
everybody's
stage.
Yeah,
stupid.
He said, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't understand. He is on stage for 4 minutes. MTV gave this guy 4 minutes to fucking do whatever he wanted, which is like handing an assassin a knife. You're literally just saying go up there. It's gonna get good press. It's gonna get good media. It doesn't matter what you say. It's just an opportunity if you get up there and act all Kanye. And,
but bro,
dude, I don't understand, and I still don't understand why this guy is idolized. It just does not make sense to me. He steps out on stage and everybody is going nuts over him, and I don't get it. I don't. Look, his music when he first came out was good, right? This is the way I look at Kanye's kind of timeline. When College Dropout came out, awesome, right? Then he had an accident, and then there was that song Through the Wire, which blew up, right? Great song. I love that song. Then he doesn't win the award for Best New Album, College Dropout, and he throws a little hissy fit and looks like a little bitch about it. And everybody was like, wow, he's kind of a bitch if he's being this much of a tool about it. Dude, you didn't win, suck it up, move on, right? Then he basically says, I should have won because I'm a genius. All right, well, now you're being conceited. Now you look like a jackass, right? Then as time goes on, he likes to put down everybody else. He likes to put down other artists because he doesn't think they're as good as him. Then he goes up and basically steals Taylor Swift's moment of fame, even though she's had several dozen after that, but still that was her first big one, and he took that from her and she can never get it back. And she's basically said her piece, but whatever, that was a shitty move, and I think he looks like an asshole for doing that. Then he calls out Beck a couple years ago or a year ago, said that Beck shouldn't have won the award because he's not a real artist and his music isn't good. Dude, fuck you, man. This guy is an artist just like you. Just because you don't like his music doesn't mean that nobody else can, and that nobody else can't like his music. Why do you have to put him down in a national television? And to top it off, he makes the speech about running for president, and all of a sudden he's king shit again. And then this year he makes another fucking dumb speech, and they give him 4 minutes to go up there and just talk, whatever. dude, we know you made a music video. Like, let's just see the damn video. Why do we have to sit here and talk to you for 4 minutes? And why is everybody freaking out because you're on stage? I just don't understand. Like, he has time and time again proven himself to be a fucking horrible idol. Like, he does a lot of other stuff behind the scenes that people like, oh, you don't know about it because it happens behind the scenes. The public, the media paints him to be such a bad guy. It's like, no, the media doesn't paint him to be a bad guy. He does things that they just replay. That's all they do. Like, if you don't get up there and act like an asshole, then the media is not going to replay it. But he does, and so the media eats it up and puts it out there over and over again, so we have no chance but to see it. So, yeah, he might do a lot of great stuff out of the public view, but the general public doesn't know about that stuff. All they see is the stupid shit, and you have a bunch of teenagers and easily influenced kids who watch this guy and think he's an idol and think he's an awesome person for doing the things that he does. And if you have somebody who was easily influenced by his music, like Beck, for instance, you could have like a kid who likes Kanye, has never heard Beck before, probably would listen to his music, and there might be a chance that he might actually like it. But because Kanye West put Beck down, that kid's probably not going to check it out. And that's bullshit. Because he talks shit about him, this kid's like, oh, well, I like Kanye, so I probably won't like that bullshit. It's like, that's stupid, man. Like, I don't understand how these other artists can have respect for somebody like that. And he is a hypocrite because he gets up there and he says in his last year's speech, he goes, I don't like award shows because all these people come to award shows and, we work all year round to make our art. He goes, and then if you don't win, they make us feel like a loser. He goes, we're all winners. Cool, man, that you said that. That's awesome. But then you go and say shit about Beck because you don't like his music? What the fuck? That is like the most hypocritical thing you could possibly do.
So one thing that I can say, man, is like, and I'm thinking about this as you're talking. When I was young, and when I say when I was young, that was a long fucking time ago.
Right.
All you guys out there, I'm fucking old.
Yeah.
Okay. So
he saw the original Stranger Things.
Yeah, I saw Star Wars in the theaters, bro.
Yeah, that's
when it came out.
Yep.
I was 4, but still, not many people could say that.
Right.
Well, people my age can say that, but
yeah.
Anyway, my point is, when I was young, in my teens, I was a hip hop artist. I did a lot of rapping. I did a lot of MCing. I did parties. I got on stage. I did stuff, man. And one of the people that I thought was great, one of the people that was like an idol to me, that was another local MC. There were a few of them. Question Mark, Aftermath. Aftermath was, he came up to me and was just like, hey, you need a character, man. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, well, when you rap and when you're on stage, it's like you're you, which is great. But, you need to create a persona that people are going to be interested in, that people are going to, want to hear. When you rap like yourself, and it's not, it doesn't catch. He was like, so create a character and make it your own and get out there. And like, when you get out there, you're going to move people. And I was like, I get what you're saying. So I created a character, a persona. And from that time on, I was actually, I was rocking it. You know what I mean? And that character, whenever anybody saw me on stage, whenever anybody saw me in public, like in that crowd, I was that character. When I was out of that crowd, I was different.
I know
was a different person.
With this, yeah.
So I'm thinking, on such a small scale as Rhode Island underground hip hop, right? Everybody out there, you hear that Rhode Island
right.
underground hip hop, which means the smallest fucking fraction of the smallest fucking state, right? In that group of people, if that's the mentality, if that's how you get a following, right? Then on the big stage, it's the same fucking thing. So Kanye West, I kind of refuse to believe that in his home, in his regular environment, that he's the dickhead that he portrays himself to be on stage. What he does is what's going to get him media attention, what's going to cause controversy, what's going to make people upset, what's going to piss people like you off to the point where you're like, I don't fucking understand it, and I need to vocalize how pissed off I am because now everybody's talking about Kanye West. And what happens is now he blows the fuck up, right? And everybody's paying attention to him. So when he does something great, now he's on stage and there's a fucking spotlight on him, right? When he drops his next album, when he puts out another video, everybody wants to see what Kanye West is doing because he did something that was very fucked up 2 weeks ago, right? And everybody's talking about it. So Kanye's in the spotlight right now. And I think you have to give credit to that being a little bit fucking genius as he claims to be, if that's exactly what he's doing. And I'm fairly certain that that's what he's doing because you showed me just before we started doing this, you showed me a video where he was watching David Blaine do a magic trick, and he seemed like somebody that I would fucking hang out with. And Kanye West, the superstar, the one that does videos, the one that does these speeches on MTV and does all these other fucking things, is not somebody I would want to hang out with. But when I watched that, it was just like, hey, this seems like just another dude that's fucking amazed by a magic trick, and he was smiling, and he was just like, oh my God, that's crazy, right? I wouldn't want to do that, and I wouldn't want, I'm leaving if he fucks up, right? Like, it was just like really just like he was just a regular dude.
But that doesn't make, I can see what you're saying about it being genius, but I also feel like that maybe that is not the best way to or the best character to play when you are supposed to be a leader. When you are in the public eye, you have a responsibility to with great power comes great responsibility. And I know I fucked up that quote.
No, you didn't. You actually, with great power must also come great responsibility, right?
So, right. You have the power of entertainment in the palm of your hand. Instead of doing that to mind fuck everybody and get media attention for the wrong reasons to then attract us to the things that you do good, just fucking go out there and be awesome. In an example of that, a prime example of that is Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake gets crazy media attention, and he just did a song with will.i.am for a video that just was on, I think, Apple.com. It was all over it, right? It was released yesterday, right? And it's basically supposed to have something to do with, it's I forgot the name of the song, but it's supposed to have something to do with September 11th and like you remembering and whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but like check it out. It's actually a pretty cool song. But my point is Justin Timberlake's a part of that. That's for the greater good. People know about it. When he accepted the Vanguard Award, he accepted it like a class act. He just came out with Can't Stop the Feeling, blowing up. Every time you hear Justin Timberlake on the radio, you know it's Justin Timberlake, right? Everybody knows who he is. Everybody loves the guy. He's hilarious on SNL. He's a good actor. He's a dancer. He's a singer. He's a triple threat. He's hosted SNL like 5 times, right? The guy's hilarious, and he's good at what he does, and people respect him, right? But he does things for the right reasons. He's a great role model for kids, like somebody to look up to. Mm-hmm. But he's not doing it without being a jackass first and then having people pay attention to the things that he does well. You don't need to do that. And I feel like Kanye West is doing the exact opposite, which you can call genius, but I think it's stupid because you don't need to act like a shithead for people to understand and see what you do right. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you can still do things right and get noticed for that. And there are plenty of people who do that get the recognition that they deserve, and people pay attention to the charities and the things that they do well. And I just don't feel like you have to do something wrong to get attention so people look at the things that you do.
Give me another one, though, besides Justin.
Besides Justin Timberlake.
Besides JT, who else?
Robin Williams, before he died.
Besides Robin Williams, who else?
Okay. I mean, you put me on the spot, but I can definitely think of people.
Yeah. I mean, take your time.
Yeah. No, I will. All right. Let's see. Beyonce. She's another one. No matter how much shit Kanye has said about how he wants her to win, she's never addressed it. And just goes out and does her stuff. And she literally like came out the other day, the VMAs, the girls who gave her the award were the team five of the Olympians. Like
the
girls,
final five.
The gymnastics team. Awesome. And like there's a picture that I posted on my Twitter where somebody literally like 5 minutes after that posted a picture of her hugging one of them and getting the award, and it said, "Look at this queen getting an award from the other queens," and they had put like crowns on all of them, and I thought that was awesome. I'm trying to think of like some other celebrities that have done stuff for the greater good. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr., awesome guy, right? Like, doesn't go out of his way to be like, yeah, he had a drug addiction, but he moved past that, and ever since Iron Man, he's turned his career around. He got like a humanitarian award.
Yep.
I mean, there's plenty of celebrities out there that do things for the right reasons, like Bill Burr. Bill Burr's another one, has a ton of charities, right? Like, Bill Burr is a hilarious guy. He's a awesome stand-up comedian. Louis C.K., awesome guy. I met Louis C.K. Louis C.K. was at the Newport tent, and Becca knew somebody who got me backstage, and I got to meet him for like 5 minutes, and he literally like made a bunch of us wait to sign some stuff and take a picture with a kid in a wheelchair. Like, the kid was in the back of the line, but he was like, "You guys just need to hold on for a minute. I need to do one thing first." He walks to the back of the line and sees that kid first, which I thought was awesome. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, right? Then he like took the time to talk to us. Like, he didn't like blow me off. I literally said to him, I was like, "Hey, huge fan of your comedy, man. Like, you're an inspiration. I love what you do." I was like, "I also do stand-up comedy." And as soon as I said that, he stopped dead in his tracks. He's like, "You do stand-up comedy?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I wish you the best of luck." He's like, "Don't give it up. Just keep trying, man, no matter how hard it gets." It's like,
right.
That was a moment, right? But then, like, he also has a ton of other charities. I mean, I could look up all of these people.
I want you to just take a second, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned Beyonce. Oprah does not fucking count, but give me a list of some black people that fit the description that you're giving me right now. And take your time.
Before he died, Michael Jackson. I mean, you could say, "Oh, he raped kids," but like...
No, I could say that maybe Michael Jackson is semi-black.
Well, no, he was black.
Your boy was fucking lily white, man.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, but he was born African American. He was black, dude. He had a pigment disorder.
But I mean, like, your boy, like, made so many changes to his face and body and his skin. Like, your boy is that's you reached far left for that shit. It's like,
did I? He was like the first person I thought of.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
You know what's funny
when
you say Michael Jackson though? When anybody says Michael Jackson, I don't picture white Michael Jackson. You
picture off the wall Michael Jackson.
I picture Michael Jackson on the Thriller album.
Yeah,
in the white suit holding the cat, the tiger. That's who I picture as Michael Jackson.
And that's who I picture as Michael Jackson. But that's not the Michael Jackson that passed away.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's go back then.
Let's talk.
Oh,
let's
Dave
talk
Chappelle. Dave Chappelle.
Let's talk about modern day. Dave Chappelle's a good one, but where is he now?
What do you mean? Where is he now?
Where is he now?
He's doing comedy, bro.
But like, I mean,
he just came off tour,
right? So, but I'm saying like I don't see him in the spotlight though. The same spotlight that you would put like a JT in, like a Kanye West, like these folks. Like, I'm talking about the people that are getting the fame and the giant
but you're also talking
media attention.
Yeah, but you're also talking about like, no, that's not necessarily true, man. Like, you're talking about people like music artists. Yeah, but JT and Justin Timberlake, I mean JT and Kanye, like, yeah, they're two people in the music industry, but like, you forget like people in the Oscars and the people that get like the humanitarian awards at the Golden Globes and like the SAG Awards and shit like that. And you're gonna say like I was gonna say Leonardo DiCaprio, but like, he's white, so that doesn't count. But like,
he counts. But I'm saying like I am saying that there's a certain thing that I feel like
Jay-Z, John Legend, Common, who came out and did those huge speeches about that movie about Martin Luther King, and had a huge speech about that, and a charity for that, and like supported that cause. Like, I mean, dude, those are 3 right there, all black. And then you got P. Diddy has a ton of charities, but like no one gives a shit about him because he doesn't get up there and act like an asshole.
Right,
like,
because he's not in the public. He doesn't get into the spotlight like that anymore.
But he doesn't.
And same thing with Jay-Z. You don't see Jay-Z like in the spotlight. Like he's not.
But I don't. Okay.
His stuff happens all behind the scenes.
But
Kanye
let me tell you this.
craves the spotlight.
Yeah, but see,
to get the spotlight,
yeah, I
you
get
need
that.
to. Yeah,
you're missing a point though. I think you're missing something, man. You're missing the one important thing about that. Give me 5 things that Kanye has done positively besides talk shit.
I can't.
See what I'm saying though?
I can't because I don't know anything about him because I don't follow him. But
that's my point though.
But I know of him because he is in the spotlight because of the shit that he does. But you've done the research too, and you've seen that he's done a lot of shit.
Yeah, but that's my point though.
He's done a lot of shit behind the scenes.
But your whole point.
My point is that my point is that he draws attention to himself.
He draws attention to himself, but no one gives a fuck about that other stuff. Like, dude, I'm
just not a Kanye fan, but there are people that are fans.
I Googled it and looked it up because we were going to talk about this. But like, dude, I guarantee you, like, some kid who was like, he came out, he's like, bro, and they were like, oh shit, Kanye. They didn't go, oh, let's see what good stuff he's done. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, no one cares.
No, I guess like what my point is, and I'm not trying to stress the situation, but my point is like to be in the spotlight, to have people like shine that light on you and look at you and give you that 15 minutes of fame, right? If you are a man of color, right, and you want the whole world to see you, not just your people, not just your people and the ancillary crowd around them, right? If you want the whole world to see you, you got to be the character that they want to see.
Why does it always have to be a color thing? Why does it though? It doesn't, bro.
No, because that's the way that things happen, man. Like I grew up in that shit, man. I know. Like it's a thing where.
But why does it have to come back to him being black? I don't think it does though. He's just in the spotlight, dude. He's Kanye fucking West. Like everybody knows his name. It has nothing to do with him being black. Like he's black. I get it.
Right.
But because he acts like a dick, doesn't have anything to do with what color he is. It has nothing to do with that.
If he was quiet and didn't say anything, he would be, I wouldn't say insignificant, but he would be in the background. There wouldn't be any light on him. There would be nothing. Let me ask
you this.
He would fade away.
As an African American male, as a black guy, I'm just being legit with you right now.
Yep.
Doesn't it piss you off that one of the people that is supposed to, I guess if you want to say, and I don't know if I'm crossing the line here, represent you because he is a man of color as you are? Yeah, you're not crossing the line by saying that. But you know what I'm saying, right? Acts like that. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want somebody who doesn't?
Again, I'm not a Kanye West fan. Like, I'm not defending him.
Right, but
I'm saying,
but
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not a Kanye West fan. I don't think that when he gets up and he says what he says and whatnot, like, until he gets to the point, when he finally gets to the point, I like what he says. But when he's rambling and I don't get what he's saying, and it's like he says something and then all of a sudden he's in this other place, and then like, I talked to this guy, and then all of a sudden now we're talking about some kid that said something, and now we're back to the guy that was talking before and whatever. I don't fucking get it. Like, my mind was like, I was like, what? I even like, I looked at Court and I was like, what is he talking about right now? What is this shit? And then all of a sudden he said, no, his final piece, the thing that he went up on stage to say that took 30 seconds, right? But he had 4 minutes on stage, so he took 4 minutes to ramble and then finally said his 30-second thing that he put together. That 30-second thing was amazing to me. But everything else was insignificant. But when he says what he says, it's like when he finally gets to the point, I like what he says. But I'm not a fan of Kanye West. I think that when he rambles, he makes us, he looks bad. Mm-hmm. I think he looks idiotic sometimes, right? Just straight up. And it doesn't, would I say that it represents the race? No, because now we're saying Kanye West gets up there and, when he does what he does, it makes all of us look bad. And it doesn't.
I'll say you one thing right now,
and it
man.
shouldn't.
I feel like the African American community has a pretty big fucking role model, the fucking president.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, what else do you want? Like, that guy is like the fucking president. He's the world leader right now, and he's black. He's African American, and he's a fucking awesome president. Like, I'll be honest with you, and I don't give a shit who knows this. I voted for him the first time, didn't the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, I'm not sure I like where it's going, but whatever. But I mean, like, I don't care who knows that.
What was the other option at that time?
I actually think it was probably the first time I think I actually didn't vote. And I think there's only been one time that was the only time. Because it was him or who the fuck was the other guy? I keep going blank on his name.
McCain?
No, it wasn't. Was it McCain?
I think it was McCain and Obama, wasn't it?
I don't know. Either way, no, it wasn't McCain. It was
Bush?
No, that other guy with the cool hair. I forgot his name.
Kerry?
Was it not Kerry? Maybe it was Kerry. I don't know. I don't remember. Either way, I was just like, you know what? It's one of those things where I was like, I'm not feeling strong about any of these. I don't know what to do.
It was the second time then? Because that dude was... I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So it was, I think it was like the only time ever that I have not voted. And I kind of regret it, but I don't because I didn't feel strongly about either. And I didn't know what to do. Honestly, they hadn't given me enough... either one of them had not given me enough confidence to influence my vote.
Right.
So I didn't know what to do, and if I didn't know what to do, I just decided not to do it. So, but my point is like, now he's shown himself to be a good president, and I think he's done some stuff for the better. Some things I don't agree with, but some things I have. So, but somebody who I think has taken a lot of great steps and is an excellent role model.
Yes.
He doesn't have to act like an asshole to do it, but hey.
Yes, but that was that. So it's a political arena, right? In that circumstance, that's not looking for the adoration of fans of a youthful age, right? Like these people are. We're talking like these are like hip hop artists, actors, what have you, like entertainers, right? Yeah. And from an entertainer standpoint, to be entertained, I feel like there's a stigma that's attached to black entertainers, right? And it's something that we've dealt with. We've had to grow and we've had to fight through. And there are people that have done it, but those people are kind of like they're here, right? Where they want to be here, but we're here. And for those in the audience, I'm holding my hand at a certain level, and then when I say they want to be here, it's higher, right? And I think Kanye has found a formula to get himself in the spotlight where he's raised higher, right? And then he can do what he wants to do, right? What he really wants to do. And then he goes back to this this thug mentality almost to bring that spotlight back on him, and then he goes back and he does his fucking charities and shit like that. Do I agree with it? Do I think that I would do that if I was in his shoes? Do I think that he should be doing that? No, dude, I don't. But do I understand what his agenda is? If I'm right, I don't even know if I'm right. I might be completely wrong. He might just literally just be an asshole, right? With moments of clarity that he does good shit with. That could be him. But I think based on my childhood experience, like I said, when I was younger, I was an MC. I was told you should have a character. I think he has a character. I think this is his character. This is who he is. This is who he portrays himself as. It's an act, and it's WWF. It's WWE. You have wrestlers that go out there and be like, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass, blah blah. But they go out and get a fucking beer after. That's Kanye West, and that's Taylor Swift. Kanye West and Taylor Swift are probably chill with each other, man.
No, they are. He even said in his speech, he's like that. He called her before he put her in one of her songs, and she was cool with it. But I think that's water under the bridge. I mean, I don't know, man.
Probably same thing with him and Beck. You know what I mean? But I think where he wins is when people get very pissed off. I think when you get pissed off like this, I think he wins, and this is why he does what he does, so that he gets that attention.
It's not that I get pissed off. I'm not pissed off at him. I'm pissed off that today's youth, like, dude, we're talking about, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about Kanye because we have to move on. This is already been too long. But like, this is the last thing I'm going to say, and I want to leave it at this. I feel like it doesn't piss me off that he does things the way that he does it. It pisses me off because there are hundreds of thousands of today's youth that watch this and see him do things like this and think that that's the right way to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is fucked up.
Right.
That is the worst way to get attention and to do things. And and everybody at the VMAs that is in the audience cheering for this guy on stage thinks what he does is right. And that is what pisses me off. I don't understand why you back a guy like this. Mm-hmm. If he wants to act like an asshole to get media attention, great. But why do we love him so much?
Because he knows how to play everybody. That's the thing.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's fucking bullshit. Why do
people that are in abusive relationships stay in abusive relationships? Because the person that is abusing them has a modicum of control, right? Has, whether it's through fear or through something else that the other person is receiving as some sort of reward or deterrent for leaving, right?
You know what it is?
And it's the same thing with Kanye. I mean, he knows.
It reminds me of like it's like a stigma. There's people that there's like, I feel like it's kind of like that stupid shit where I'm cheering for Kanye West because he's Kanye West. And he's in front of me right now, and I'm at the VMAs, so I have to cheer. And then I'm texting my friend at home, and she's cheering for Kanye West, but doesn't know why, but knows that I'm at the VMAs and I'm cheering for it. I'm going to tweet my friends, and we're going to get excited about it because so-and-so's there, and we're cheering because they're at the VMA. It's like this whole fucking thing where everybody's cheering because they don't even fucking know why. They don't even know why they're cheering. And then you got people like somebody said to me once, which they didn't get it, but I understand. They were like, "Oh, what music do you like?" And I was like, "Oh, Dave Matthews Band." They're like, "Dave Matthews," and I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "They're like, oh my god." You're like, I feel like people. They were like, I feel like people like Dave Matthews Band because it's just cool to like Dave Matthews Band, and they don't even know what his lyrics mean. And I was like, well, I don't know where you're getting that from. I was like, but I actually like Dave Matthews because I like his lyrics. I know all the lyrics by heart. I was like, I've been to a ton of his shows. I like what he stands for. He's chill. He's laid back. You know, like he just kind of dude, he's like a just mellow out type of dude.
Right.
And that's why I like listening to his music. It puts me in a good mood. And, I got roped into that group. And it's just like, but I feel like, people like Kanye West just to like him. Whatever. Anyway, way off topic. We went on for way too long on that, but excuse me, man, I get the hiccups now. I do want to talk about one thing, and you can jump into that because it's right at the bottom of the list there.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Starfox.
Colin, I hope you're listening.
So last week we were talking about, redheaded superheroes that we could think of, and we couldn't find any. We couldn't think of any. And our buddy Steven at work was just like, hey, I can't believe that you guys did not find this guy. And, the guys, all right, so it's Starfox, a superhero, a god from the Marvel Universe. He's one of the Titans.
Just make sure you look up Starfox Marvel, because if you don't, you're gonna pull up that Fox.
Yeah, from the N64 video game.
Yeah. So don't think we're talking about the Fox. Look up Starfox Marvel.
So yeah, this guy's freaking like. When you think about Shaft, when you think about a ladies' man,
you think about Tony Emerald.
Or Starfox.
Dude, he looks like me. He does. He looks like me. He's white and he's got red hair. That's it.
Which everybody who's white and has red hair looks like Tony Emerald.
Yep. Exactly, man. dude, and in turn looks like Starfox, who's a fucking baller.
So yeah, I mean, if Tony was able to be in a Marvel movie,
I am.
If he was going to audition,
I'm going to.
it would be for Starfox.
See,
which
I fit both criteria.
Which may or may not be possible because I think Starfox may already be getting his movie treatment.
Right. So a couple of years ago, I went on this audition. I didn't tell you about it. So
I have a feeling that Starfox may end up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
I may be wrong because
who do you think would play him? It could be Michael Fassbender because he's got kind of red hair, or it could be Alan Tudyk,
aka Tony Emerald,
aka Tony Emerald, aka Steve the Pirate.
Yeah, it could be Alan Tudyk, but
Alan Tudyk was already in. What the hell was that other movie he was in, dude? It was like a sci-fi movie. Shit, I saw it with one of my exes in theaters a long time ago. What the hell was he in, dude? I
don't know.
Oh no, dude!
He's in a lot of shit.
No, dude, he was in a sci-fi movie. Shit. Just keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, sure.
I'm telling you, man.
But yeah, like so I think Starfox may be in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know who's playing him. He may not be. But I remember
Firefly.
Oh yeah, Firefly, dude. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's in Firefly, and dude, he's gonna be.
That was old. That's old.
Yeah, I know. He recently finished shooting Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Oh, nice. I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, right. And he's gonna be at New York Comic Con. I'm getting a picture with him.
Yeah,
because
you spend money on that shit.
Yep. No, because he looks like me. Everybody's been telling me this shit for years. It's gonna be fucking hilarious to get a picture next to him.
It's gonna be because you're gonna stand next to him, and it's gonna be like fucking like twins.
It is.
Be like twinsies. Click click. Yeah, so dude, like Starfox. Thank you, Stephen Cullen, for bringing him up. This is a dude he's a ladies' man, but he's a ladies' man because he basically just anybody wants to bone him. Anybody who's near him wants to bone him.
It reminds me of me when I was single. That's what it reminds me of.
Okay.
Hey, dude, you didn't know me in my single days. That's all I'm going to say. So, whatever. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, and I will say one more thing before we close this out. I finally picked up Alien Isolation.
Nice.
And I'm playing it.
What are your first impressions?
My first impressions of the game is I really do enjoy it. I like the whole, like, how they brought in Ripley to it and how, her daughter is also named Ripley, which I thought was a little weird. But, I think it's cool. I like the whole connection to it. I like where it's going. I like the darkness of it. I like how it really can stress you out at certain points. You know what I mean? I haven't really gotten to an encounter yet with the alien. I saw him take out somebody, and now I'm waiting for me to kind of run into him and get murdered a couple of times before I figure out like what to do.
It's one of those things like where you hear a little kid say, "Hey, I'm 9.5," like because they're like rushing, trying to get to 10, right? And like you're just like, kid, slow down, enjoy your childhood, enjoy your time without the alien hunting you. Because once the alien starts fucking hunting you, you are gonna be like, yo, dude, it's tense as fuck.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's awesome. You're
going to find me dead on my living room floor just from the fucking heart attack.
Yeah. Enjoy the time that you have to actually explore areas.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, exploration, like, when you're in a game like this where it's first person and you're, like, in these, like, environments and stuff like that, you want to be able to look around and be like, hey, what can I find? Is there anything that's going to help me out? Blah, blah, blah. Dude. Yeah. Those times are going to be gone. You're going to be hiding the whole fucking time.
I posted something a while back about Alien Isolation, and our friend Craig actually put on Twitter. He was like, great game, enjoy it. Very stressful. He's like, I recommend that game with headphones. So I might take that on. But on another note, and this is honestly the last thing we got. I got a little bit of surprise for you, man.
All right.
Yeah, so you got a free ticket to come to Oddball.
What?
Yeah, dude. So basically, I ended up figuring that shit out. So,
Sweet.
So we're going to Oddball, which is the comedy festival on September 9th. There's a lot of cool people coming, man. So Sebastian Maniscalco is going to be there, which if you haven't seen him live before, he's phenomenal.
Yo, is I heard what's this dude's name, man? Name some of the other people that are going.
Well, I can tell you right now just by looking at the lineup. So there's September 9th, and it's John Oliver, Sebastian Maniscalco, Jay Farrell's going to be there.
Dude, John Oliver's going to be there? Are you sure?
Yeah, he's on the lineup for September 9th.
Are you looking at... all right.
Yeah, so I got... this is who it is. John Oliver, Sebastian Maniscalco, Jay Farrow, Catherine Ryan, Kyle Dunnigan, Tom Segura.
Yes!
Pete Davidson, Michelle Wolf, Jeff Ross, obviously, the roast master. And the music's going to be by DJ Trauma. So,
dude, Tom Segura... fucking dude's
no, he is. He's
funny,
hilarious.
man.
He's hilarious. And did you know that
his first 48-bit is fucking great.
Well, I will say this, dude. They're gonna have the off stage, like that small stage.
Mm-hmm.
If you go in early, and Big J Ogerson's gonna be there, so that's pretty cool. It's actually gonna be a really good lineup. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed about is that I am a big fan of Brian Regan. And Brian Regan is actually like one of my favorite comedians, but he lives in L.A., so I think he's going to be doing the L.A. shows. But, dude, if you look at some of the lineups for, like, the L.A. shows, I mean, it's insane, dude. Like, this show that's going to be in the Shoreline Amphitheater, dude, listen to this lineup. I wish I was going to this show. Dane Cook, Sebastian Maniscalco, Nick Swardston, Isla, whatever her name is.
Isla Fisher?
No, sorry, her. No, she's married to. She was in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah,
because I'll find you. But then there's I don't know how to say his name, but the Indian dude from Silicon Valley. I'm pissed. He's fucking hilarious. Matthew Broussard, Tom Segura, Jeff Ross, and obviously those. But I mean, Dane Cook and Nick Swardston and Kumail. I was kind of hoping we're gonna be there, or Kumai, that's how I say his name, but they're not. So whatever. But Brian Regan, man, Bobby Lee's and a couple of these other ones. Shit, man, Brian Regan. I've seen Brian Regan live. I got to meet him too. He's just like so damn funny. If you guys don't know who Brian Regan is, check him out, man. Just look him up online. He's great. He's had a couple like Comedy Central specials back in the day. He's tears, man. He's awesome. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of the Redbeard Podcast. I think what we're actually going to do, guys, is next Friday, we're probably going to post the episode a little bit late because I think we're going to actually be recording the episode at Oddball. So, we might actually post it on Saturday as opposed to Friday.
Word.
So, with that being said, that does it for this Friday, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Later.